Welcome, friends. Today we re-diving deep into one of the most powerful and beautifully written accounts in the entire Bible, the Gospel of Luke. This is not just a record of events. It's a carefully crafted narrative that shows us who Jesus is, what he did, and why his message matters for every single person, no matter their background, past, or status. Luke wants us to know that the gospel is good news for the poor, the brokenhearted, and those who often feel left out. Luke was not one of the original 12 disciples. He was a physician, a man of science, a historian with an investigative mind. He interviewed eyewitnesses, gathered testimonies, and put everything in order so that we could have certainty about what we believe. He dedicated this account to a man named Theophilus, but through the centuries it has spoken to countless believers searching for truth and clarity. Luke's perspective is unique. His gospel carries a strong emphasis on compassion, mercy, and the inclusion of those society often overlooks. Only in Luke do we find the tender, detailed story of the angel Gabriel appearing to Mary, announcing the miracle of the virgin birth. We read about Elizabeth, who carries John the Baptist, preparing the way for Christ. When Jesus is born in Bethlehem, Luke records the humble scene of shepherds in the fields, startled by angels declaring peace on earth and goodwill to men. This is not a story of kings and palaces. It is the story of God stepping into the world in the quiet of the night among ordinary people. From the beginning, Luke makes it clear, the Savior has come for everyone, especially the lowly and forgotten. As Jesus grows and begins his ministry, Luke highlights his compassion like no other. He heals the sick, touches lepers, restores the lame and the blind. He does not shy away from the marginalized. Instead, he eats with tax collectors, forgives prostitutes, and welcomes children. Some of the most powerful parables are found here. The Good Samaritan, showing that true love crosses cultural and social boundaries. The Prodigal Son, a breathtaking story of forgiveness and the Father's open arms. The Rich Man and Lazarus, a warning to care for those in need before it asks too late. Luke presents Jesus as the Savior who breaks down barriers, challenging the proud and lifting up the humble. When the story turns toward Jerusalem, the shadow of the cross looms large. But even in his suffering, Jesus shows mercy. On the cross, he prays, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." And only Luke records the powerful exchange with the thief beside him, who cries out in faith, "Remember me when you come into your kingdom." To this man, condemned by society, Jesus answers, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." This is the heart of Luke's gospel, salvation offered in grace, even in the final breath. The story does not end in death. Luke describes the empty tomb, the women who first hear the news, and the disciples who struggle to believe. On the road to Emmaus, two men walk with the risen Christ, though they do not recognize him until he breaks bread. Their hearts burn within them, and their eyes are opened. The risen Savior is alive, bringing hope that death is not the end. The Gospel of Luke is more than history. It's a mirror for our lives. It asks, do we live with mercy like the Good Samaritan? Do we welcome the prodigal and forgive as freely as God forgives us? Do we open our eyes to the poor, the lonely, the marginalized, the very people Jesus embraced? Luke reminds us that Christianity is not about exclusion or privilege. It is about grace, hope, and salvation for all. And this good news is not just for 2,000 years ago. It is alive and powerful today. The Gospel of Luke shows us a Savior who sees us, knows us, and loves us completely. A Savior who died for us, rose again, and invites us into a kingdom that will never end. If you are searching for truth, for hope, for a love that will not let you go, you will find it here, in Jesus Christ.